Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our presentation on Kppb Science 2025, an innovative master plan designed for advancing science education in primary school. We are Group 2 of PSMP Mathematics and PG, June 2021-2026 cohort, and our group members consist of myself, Farha, Mimi, Aino, and Shadi. Before we begin, we would like to express our deepest gratitude to Puan Elmi for her guidance and enthusiasm in inspiring us throughout this journey. Under her guidance, we have explored the wonder of science through engaging and practical activities that have opened our mind and sparked our curiosity. So now, we're going to present a student-centered vision for science education, one that fosters inquiry, excitement, and meaningful learning experiences. Okay, next, the big idea or the main goal is fuel curiosity, ignite discover. Okay, so science is more than facts. It's a thrilling journey of explorations, questioning, and discovery. So, with Kppb, we are shaping a futures where science lesson evolve into immersive exploration. Students won't simply learn, they will discover, create, and develop a genuine sense of wonders. Our mission is clear to establish a science teaching approach that is built upon three transformative elements, which is hands on, where understanding emerges through engaging practical experiences. Second one, minds on, where critical thinking and problem solving take center stage. And the last one is hearts on, where passion and enthusiasm for science are nurtured and amplified. By integrating this principle, we create classroom where students actively engage, think deeply, and develop a lifelong love for science. Okay, next we're going to move into key focus area. Okay, so first, making science engaging and meaningful for young learners. We craft lessons that are dynamic, relevant, and deeply connected to student everyday life. Through inquiry-based learning, storytelling, and real-world application, we can make science come alive. Second one, assessing student scientific understanding effectively. Moving beyond traditional exams, we embrace diverse assessment methods, including projects, peer discussions, and collaborative evaluation to gauge student true understanding. Okay, the third one is using reflection and assessment to improve teaching. As educator, we commit to continuous improvement. By critically assessing our teaching methods, we adapt and enhance strategy to support the best possible learning outcome. Next one, for advancing our teaching and learning science education, we can implement some strategy and approaches that implement innovative and student-centered teaching strategy, such as hands-on learning and practical skill, where students engage in immersive experiment, model building, and fieldwork to bring scientific concept to life. Second, cross-curricular connections. Integrating science with mathematics, language, and art create enriching, holistic learning experiences. Third, STEM integrations. Science is applied through technology and design, fostering creativity, problem solving, and innovation. Last one, problem solving approach. Students tackle real world challenges using scientific inquiry and critical thinking, equipping them with skill essential for the future.
And now, I would like to present how the 6C elements are integrated into our science subject. These 6C elements are collaboration, communication, character, citizenship, critical thinking, and creativity. Now we are proceed to the first C, which is collaboration. Collaboration means working together to achieve a common goal. In our science class, collaboration is shown through group work activities, where students learn to cooperate and share responsibilities. Field trip, such as our visit to Zoo Johor, where students collaborate with external organizations. We also include reflections after lesson plans to review what we have learned and how we work as a team. And the second C And the second C is communication. Communication is essential in expressing ideas clearly. In science, we focus on group presentation where students practice sharing their idea with others. Two-way interaction with organization like Yayasan Jacob to improve real-world communication. Conducting interviews with learning partners to enhance questioning and listening skill. And the third C is character. Character is Science also help in shaping students' character. We aim to develop responsible individuals who care about the world around them. We also shape good personalities, especially for future scientists who would be role models in both knowledge and behavior. And the fourth C is citizenship. As future citizens, students must be aware of their responsibilities. In science, we promote public awareness and education on sustainability issues like pollution and climate change. Engagement in civic activities to make a positive difference in our community. And the fifth C is critical thinking. Critical thinking is about solving real-world problems. Our approach includes deep learning by discussing real-life issues such as environmental challenge. We're also using hands-on activities to encourage students to think, experiment, and analyze. And the last C is creativity. Lastly, creativity is about thinking outside the box. In science, we encourage hands-on experiment that allow students to explore new ideas. We also building practical skills through projects and activities that stimulate innovation. And now, I would like to continue by presenting the 3R framework in science education, which includes enhancement, engagement, and extension. The first R is enhancement. This means improving the quality of learning by making it more meaningful and connected to the real world. We use interdisciplinary approaches that combine science with other subjects like math, technology, and even the arts. Real-life application helps students develop a deeper understanding of scientific concepts. Science literacy is strengthened through project-based learning and teacher reflections, where students not only learn but also reflect on how science impacts their life and the world. The second R is engagement. This focuses on actively involving students in the learning process. We encourage hands-on learning to develop practical skills and boost interest in science. By integrating STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, students are exposed to a variety of exciting topics. Problem solving and cross-curricular learning inspire students to think critically and creatively while keeping them motivated and involved. And the third R is extension. This means taking learning beyond the classroom. We connect science to real-world issues, especially topics like environmental awareness and sustainability. This allows students to apply their knowledge in daily life, making learning more relevant and impactful. It also helps students become more responsible and aware of the challenges facing our planet.
Okay, next we go for the 3R framework, where these 3R involve with the recall, relevance, and relationship. Okay, this framework is used to enhance student learning experience by ensuring that all the curriculum, instruction, and assessment are relevant to the student life and interest. And also, this framework is emphasize positive relationship between the students and the teacher and also with the community. Okay, so for the first R is the recall. Recall involved with the depth and challenge of the learning content, which can promote student critical thinking, inquiry, and deep understanding. For example, in a classroom assessment or activity, the teacher can do problem solving activity, maybe asking them a high level question, and also try to do some PBL, which is project based learning, because from the project based learning, student can think critically how they're going to solve and create a beneficial and useful product. Okay, next is the relevance. The relevance is the connection between the learning experience and student life interest by incorporating the real world example to the learning context. Okay, to the classroom assessment also. Next is the relationship where we build the building of the strong connection between the teacher and students, peer garden which is between student and student, or outside of the community which is the student and with the community outside, through the communication and collaboration. For example, the school can organize some collaboration activity with the community such as gotong royong, charity work and so on. Okay, so now we move on to the learning activity and partner that can be used or that can be done in the teaching and learning process. Okay, where this learning activity can make the science learning experience become much more enjoyable, fun, and also give the student a meaningful learning experience. Okay, so for the first partner is the community, which one of the activity that can be done with the community is the field trip. Okay, so from what I remember, last May of 2025, me and my fellow friend from the minor subject from the science as our minor subject, we have went to the zoo Johor, and from the zoo Johor, we have communicate and collab with the management team there, where we ask them about the zoo background, about the zoo animal and how they manage all those animal, and we also ask about the zoo purpose and interest in the future. Okay, so from there we talk and we understand how the management work, and we can also learn a few little thing about the zoo from our two way of communication. Okay, and as a student also as a visitor there, I can also learn a lot of things from the seaside, from the walking around the zoo. I can learn about the animal habitat, about their lifestyle, and about how they move around, how about little thing about the animal based from the information board provided at each of the animal placement. Okay, so this feature has become enjoyable and meaningful experience for me, and it's made me much more interest in the science learning and teaching process. Okay, so for the next is the for the teacher, where for the teacher basically the student can gain a lot of knowledge from talking and from communicate and from learning from the teacher, as the teacher can provide a lot of information and can also answer student inquiries or any problems. Okay, for the next is the peer guidance, where it's between student and student. Okay, so for example in a hands-on group activity such as experiments, peer guidance is really important because friends can help us to solve and to do the experiments together, and also to discuss what are the hypotheses, or what are the flow, or what are the steps that we do during the experiments. Okay, so basically peer guidance is really important, and it's a fun when we have friends to guide you. Okay, so basically, these are activity that can be done. For example, field trip, or for example, discussion between between student and teacher, and also hands-on experiment, such as do science experiments, or maybe do a lot more fun activity. Okay, so that is the integration of technology in the science, teaching, and learning context, because the integration of technology are really important so that we can enhance meaningful learning experience. Okay, so the technology are given as in the slide. One of them is the Google Meet, Google Classroom, and online sources. For the Google Meet, it can be used by the teacher and also by the student. Okay, so for the student, they can do discussion there. They can also do the assessment there, and they can also collaborate and communicate with their friend in the Google Meet. Okay, so for the Google Classroom, as you all know, the teacher posts the learning contact there, and also post the assessment there. Okay, so for the online sources, student can find information from the YouTube or from the PDF file, and they can also find information from the slides such as PowerPoint or Google Slide or any flip. Okay, so for the assessment, they can go for the quizzes online. Okay, so this integration of technology are very important because it helps students to learn, and it help to make the student learning become much more easier, and become much more easier and helpful for the student to learn more meaningfully. Okay, so for the for the advantage, if all the frameworks such as NC, GR, and GE will apply, and if the activity or the learning partner can be done, one of the advantage is the student can obtain fun and meaningful learning. Okay, so for the student, the learning become more interesting and enjoyable through video, game, and fun activity. It also help the student to stay motivated and understand things better. Okay, the second is based on based on the integration of technology, the student can use different tools like video, quizzes, picture, and more from the internet or also from the technology tools. These resources make their learning become much more easier and give the student many ways to explore a topic. Okay, so the last advantage is the student can learn anywhere and anytime. They are not basically just stuck in a classroom. They can also study from home, can also study while traveling. Also, they can even study just by using the internet and the device. Okay, so the student can learn at their own pace whenever application or technology that suit them. Okay.
Okay, so now we go to the disadvantage. So, what the we exploring the science through the digital tools and creative project has been exciting. There were a few challenges along the way. So, first is the time constraints often made it difficult to complete all our plans, activities, especially the hands-on experiment that need more time to set up and reflect on. And secondly, the internet simulation, the internet problem sometimes disrupted our access to digital content like videos or interactive simulation. This affect the flow of the lesson and made it harder for us to stay engaged. So these issues remind us how important planning and reliable technology are in modern learning environment. However, even with this setback, we remain optimistic and found ways to keep learning fun and meaningful. So what I have learned, so in my science class was really a fun and interesting experience. With the guidance of expert teacher, I was able to explore the scientific concept through writing experiment and interactive group activity. One thing that stood out was the use of digital tools like the simulation video education apps that helped me visualize and better understanding complex idea. These tools not only made the learning more effective but also more enjoyable. And working together with my classmate on group project helped me improve my communication and teamwork skills too. Overall, I learned that science is not just about fact, but it's about discovery, creativity, and curiosity. Okay, so now we go to the success criteria. That is when I reflect on what made our science lesson successful. Three key things come to my mind. So first is fun, second is pedagogy, and third is digital integrations. A fun learning environment keeps us curious and motivated. Our teachers use creative teaching strategies or pedagogy that match to our learning style and encourage us to think critically and ask questions. And finally, digital tools they played a major roles in enhancing our understanding. They brought abstract idea to life and made learning more interactive. And combining these three elements, fast, effective teaching methods, and smart use of technology, it helped us to make our science learning truly meaningful and memorable. So I think that's all from us. Thank you.